backstage here with Giles Potter. Hello, Giles.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, we're just taking part in a music competition at the moment. It's called Open Mic UK. Now, obviously, you've taken part in a much bigger competition than that recently.
Yeah, but I've also done Open Mic UK as well. Like, I got to the final for the past 2 years, so the O2 was amazing, but not as big as
X Factor, exactly. So talk to us about that, because obviously we've just seen it being aired. Now, you shot this a little while ago, didn't you? Going to Louis' house.
Yeah, I think the competition started back in June, but yeah.
And how was that, kind of keeping it secret from everybody?
Well, it was really hard because I knew I progressed to the different stages. I mean, it was very difficult because you know when you have such good news, you just want to tell everybody, but because it hasn't been shown, you can't. It's really hard to keep it in.
It was so, I mean, when we saw everything back on TV, and when, I know we were chatting briefly off camera earlier on, about sort of the editing that takes place as well. Now, obviously, you were a bit upset, which is understandable, because you've been working your whole life to get to this stage. So there were a few tears. How did you feel about kind of the editing of the X Factor as well? Did it show you in a true light? Or?
Yeah, it showed me exactly how I was on, you know, off camera and on camera. I mean, I know at boot camp I did get very teary, but that was because it was just, I felt so grateful to be there, and you know, I'm never in a million years entering the X Factor for the first time ever, you know, getting that far. It was just incredible. I could live that moment where, you know, I got that seat over and over again.
And you're so young as well.
16.
So, I mean, 16 years old, you've already been to Louis' house, you've met Louis, you've worked with all of those guest judges as well that we saw there. So, what are you going to do now? What's your kind of next project?
Well, I've got a gig coming up soon in Stratford, which is Friday the 11th. Yeah, tickets online. If you could just go on my Twitter,
awesome.
That's Giles_Potter.
Do it.
Official. Yeah, I've just got loads of things coming up. Maybe going on tour soon. And it depends really, you know, what comes out of X Factor.
Anyway, so Giles, I was asking you earlier on about, you know, you've been portrayed as a solo artist. Obviously, you sing on your own at the moment, but today we've kind of seen we've got a boy band with us today as well.
Reconnected,
yes. Who we're loving ever so much. Actually, a bit too much for me this afternoon. And I was just thinking, you know, would you like to be in a boy band?
You know, before entering the X Factor, I did think about it, like, what happens at boot camp if maybe they wanted to put some of the boys in a boy band, and if I'd like that. And I thought about it in my head, and, you know, I actually really would. Yeah. Because I think, if you think about it, a boy band has a bigger fan base than just one person. Because in a boy band, there are different groups of fans which like a certain person in that band. So you've got all them fans, and then the fans that like the band as well. So, you know, it has a massive fan base, but the one thing that annoys me is if I was in a boy band, I'd always be compared to One Direction now. And I do like One Direction, but if I was in a boy band, we'd want to be compared to ourselves.
Yeah, and just be something completely different. Okay, we're going to have a change of tone now, because obviously we've spoken about the serious stuff. So let's speak about the not so serious stuff. So we're going to do a few like quick fire questions, if that's alright. So first one is, if you could only have 3 things on a desert island, what would they be?
My phone, like a box of food or something. I don't know, I need food. And probably a big life raft to get back to wherever the hell I need to get.
See, that sounds really sensible. Okay, what's your favourite pizza?
Pepperoni. But they do it at Domino's now, where they do sausage in the crust. Oh my goodness me, I could eat that every day.
Heaven. So are you a big foodie?
I love food.
You absolutely love your food.
I love food.
Now talk to me about your shoe obsession as well, because I can see you've got some amazing, check those shoes out, they're absolutely banging, I love them. He was trying to make me smell his shoes earlier on, so...
They absolutely stink.
Seriously, if it was smell-o-vision, you would be worried right now. There's green fumes coming out that you probably can't see it yourself. Oh, thanks, Josh. So, yeah, so let's talk about your shoe obsession. So, how many shoes have you got?
I have about 9 pairs of shoes.
9 pairs? That's not bad for a day.
They're all night shoes.
Are they?
I don't wear anything else but night.
Really?
Yeah.
So basically, what we're saying now is
Nike sponsor me.
If you want to sponsor him to be in a Nike boy band, then, you know, called Nike.
You know where I am? You know where I am all the time. I've always got your shoes on, repping every day of my life. Big up Nike.
Love it, absolutely love it. Okay, Giles, I was talking to you earlier on about the possibility of maybe me and you doing a duet together. So I've asked him about PJ and Duncan, Let's Get Ready to Rumble. Now, I know that you've turned me down on that one, but I was wondering if maybe we could sing something, a Disney-related song possibly. How about
No.
Giles?
No. I wasn't happy with that decision. Why do you want to make me do a Disney song? I hate Disney.
Giles was a little bit upset with me asking him to do Disney earlier on, so please don't cry, Giles. You'll be alright. You're alright.
I hate Disney.
Okay, a bit awkward now. Thank you, Giles. Anyway, you've been absolutely fantastic, and it's been totes emosh. Should we hug it out? Let's hug it out. God, that was a really emotional hug. Thank you.
Emosh.